It's very easy to say, but for a beginner who is in the stage where he cannot even understand properly that what an advanced person is speaking or delivering, how he can develop or inculcate this habit of speaking in his daily routine.
When you are a beginner, why would you go to listen to Shashi Tharoor?
Yeah,
Why?
obviously.
Why do you even expect you to be a native speaker? When how hard is it to say that this is my mobile phone? Is it hard?
So it's not hard.
Even a child can say that, right?
Sure.
If I want to say, this is my favorite pillow, I love it. How hard is it?
It's not hard again. It's easy.
People forget to talk about basic stuff in their life, and they want to be native speaker. They want.
Great. Great answers. And personally, I watch videos of Sudha Murthy ma'am, BK Shiva. Quickly check it after this session. So, very good afternoon. How are you doing?
Hey, I'm doing good, Karishma. How are you doing?
I'm doing great. Thank you so much for asking. We have been planning this session for quite some time, but finally we are connected. So I'm happy to connect and I'm happy to have you on my channel. Thank you so much.
Likewise, thank you so much. I mean, I understand that you have two kids and managing everything with them is like it's a tricky task,
Yeah,
and I appreciate it.
thank you so much. So I would like to know about yourself, and my viewers also want to know about you.
Yeah, so I think some audience has built a small connection with me as a person because I have had few recordings with few people, but still I'll go for your audience. So hello everyone, my name is Gayatri Sharma. I'm from west part of UP, which is like Hapur. It's a beautiful district, Hapur. But for quite a few years, I have been residing in Delhi, like for my study purpose and different things. So that's what about me. If I talk about my qualification, I've done my graduation in English honors. Then I've done my master's from Indira Gandhi National Open University in English literature at the same time. And if I talk about my career as a trainer, then I have been working as a trainer for 3.5 years. And in my journey, throughout my journey, I have helped more than 5,000 learners to improve their communication skills and personality and spoken English specifically. So yeah, that's about me.
What an amazing introduction. It is quite energetic. That's
Thank you
really,
so much.
yeah. Okay, so as you are a trainer, you have been teaching for a long time. You have quite good experience of teaching. So I would like to know from the teaching point of view that what can be the best method of learning English for beginners, not for the intermediate, not for the advanced people. Because once you are on an intermediate level, it is not very difficult to reach on the advanced level because you have this understanding that what kind of content you should watch, what kind of things you should go through. But as a beginner, most of the people find it difficult. They don't understand it. From where should I start? Somebody saying learn grammar, somebody saying listen to the content. What can be the correct roadmap for the beginners?
Okay. So when you say that one says work on your grammatical portion and one says listen something or read something or write something, fine. See what happens in our mother tongue, right? Especially when we study in a vernacular medium, we work on everything simultaneously. For example, I listen to Hindi. Since my childhood, I have been listening to Hindi. But when I entered in my school, I had to write in Hindi because I come from UP board. Then I had to read in Hindi. So reading, writing, it's fine. Speaking, again, when I'm talking to people in Hindi, I will, when I'm listening to people, I will go in Hindi only. So this is how we work in our mother tongue. Same goes for English. You cannot choose any one method. You cannot go for listening is good for you, but reading is not. Then you cannot go for writing is good for you. Then, speaking is not. We have 5 fingers in our one hand. And what if, Karishma, if I say that, can you just give me your thumb? Can you cut it? How will you react? You'll be like, what are you talking, Gayatri, right? So it's about language, right? You have to immerse yourself in the language, and the way could be anything, right? Either you have to work on all 4 sections in one go, like you can have an hour a day. Okay, let me start again. First, commit at least an hour a day. You cannot relentlessly keep watching content on YouTube. You cannot just keep watching thousands of videos passively and just bombarding your brain with a lot of information, unnecessary information. Just at least commit to an hour a day and divide that 1 hour into 3 things, right? At least 3 things. You can go for 15 minutes reading, 15 minutes listening, 15 minutes writing, and then 15 minutes speaking. Divide in this way at least. You must be very confused that will 15 minutes a day help me or not? It will. It will. Like when you are a professional person, when you are a homemaker, when you are a mother, You have to tussle every single day. You have to hustle every single day with your kids, with your workplaces, and a lot of things. At least decide. Something is better than nothing. If you are the one who cannot dedicate 4 or 5 hours a day, at least decide that particular time, because I believe people are still not committed to the process. Commitment is really important. Commit, decide an hour a day. It could be morning, afternoon, or evening, or at night. Or you can even go for that. Once I wake up in morning, the first task I will do is I will listen to a small story, very small story, at least for 5 minutes. Right? Then you move in your day. You go for, there is one favorite app of mine which is In Shots. You can go there, you can read an article. Now if you are the one who doesn't understand the articles, right, sometimes they are very technical, you can go for children stories. It hardly takes 2 minutes to read a children's story, child story, right? Go for it. Then speaking part. Now what you can do, pick one topic, go for mobile phone, yeah, something like that. Go on internet, read a story on mobile phone, go for something, listen to something on mobile phone only. Now you have information on mobile, how mobile functions, what is the importance of mobile phone, how does it help you. You have information. Then at the end of the day, talk to someone. If you have peers around you, you can talk to them. If you are the one who is active on social media, have some connections, talk to them. If you don't have anyone, you can connect to tutors, you can talk to them. Even if there is no one at all, just have your camera in front of you and talk. Hey, I'm going to talk about mobile phone today. So this is how a person can enter in the language, right? So moving forward, I'll answer few of more questions of yours, but this is the way to design your roadmap.
Okay. So my next question is like as you suggested, the beginner has to practice at least an hour. They have to take some time out for the studying purposely, because obviously if you are not committed to something, you are not able to get it. That is true. But the problem is that, as you said, speaking practice, since it's beginning, it's not possible for sometimes, like for the beginners, they feel so much of hesitation while speaking. They can't even stand in front of somebody, even on video call, and they can't speak anything. Okay, let me share a personal experience. When I was learning English, I was kind of person like that. I used to communicate on audio calls since I was like very dedicated, very passionate about learning English. I used to communicate on audio calls with other co-learners. They are also not perfect. We both like same in the same what do we say, same level, I can say that. So this is how I've started. So for a beginner to speak directly or to communicate with someone, it can be a really big task. For us, we are saying like speaking practice, you have to do it. It's very easy to say, but for a beginner who is in the stage where he cannot even understand properly that what an advanced person is speaking or delivering, how he can develop or inculcate this habit of speaking in his daily routine. I would like you
Yeah,
to throw
true,
some light.
true. I, like sometimes people have very unrealistic expectations, and that has been a very observant, like a very personal experience of mine, because it happened to me when I started learning the language in 2020. I mean, my journey has been quite adventurous when it comes to talk about English language. I have learned in myself before 2020. I had never spoken in my 20 years of life. I'm
Oh,
24 now. Yeah. I had never gotten any opportunity in my life, any opportunities in my life to talk in English, because there was no one. No one mean no one, I'm telling you,
no.
right? Yeah. So what I did is, like, I will talk about what I did, but let me clarify one thing. See, when you are a beginner, why would you go to listen to Shashi Tharoor?
Yeah,
Why?
obviously.
Why do you even expect you to be a native speaker? When you are a beginner, go for the people who are at the beginner
On the
level
big,
only, right? At least listen to them. Build your basic sentences, structures, and things. How hard, Karishma, tell me one thing. How hard is it to say that this is my mobile phone? Is it hard?
no, it's not hard.
Even a child can say that, right?
Sure.
If I want to say, this is my favorite pillow, I love it. How hard is it?
It's not hard again. It's
It's
easy.
very easy,
Yeah.
right? Very easy. Again, I can give you one more example. It's mine. It's mine. It's my pen. Is it hard? Not at all. People forget to talk about basic stuff in their life, and they want to be native speaker. They want to be fluent in a year, or maybe 2 months, or maybe 3 months. And I would also, about this unrealistic expectation, I'll give credit to some applications. To be honest, I'll go for, oh, we'll make you native in 3 months, and we'll make you native in 6 months. I mean, very, very, very unrealistic, and I'll say that it's very, very bad way to exactly impact someone's psychology, and like, ditching people and going for that we have experts and they can make you speak in 3 months. It is not going to happen. When you learn in your own language, in your own mother tongue, it takes you 3 to 5 years to speak clearly. Why do you
Yeah.
expect to speak a totally different language where you have never been exposed to, that you can speak in 3 months or 6 months, right? At least be perfect with basic sentences, right? She's my mom. She cooks well. I love her cooking. I love whatever she makes for me. Very simple. At least master these concepts. People who come to me, I have seen that they are very scared when they introduce themselves to me. They say, my name is this. I am from, and they want to be native in 3 months. And I always convince them to at least speak whatever they have. Like, so for beginner, I never suggest beginner to go and watch Netflix series in American accent, British accent, and whatnot, because that's not something which is meant for them, at least for now. They must take baby steps. They are babies. Everyone must consider when they learn any other language, they must consider they are babies. They have to listen basic stuff first, like mama, papa, our mother, like our mother, our parents used to teach us very basic stuff. Hey, he's your uncle, ye aapke papa hai, something like that. Go for basic things. This is a phone, this is my chair, right? This is a spatula, and then it's my spoon. Very basic. So work on your basics first, speak confidently that basic stuff, and then move on intermediate, then move on advanced. Yeah.
Very nice, amazingly explained. To be honest, I'm feeling like yes, this is the correct way of learning English if you are a beginner. See, what is the problem? Like people afraid of speaking. They thought they have to speak like fluently. They have to be perfect in just one go. And yes, you said rightly that online applications they have created that myth that you can learn English in a month or two, and that is not really the right way. We should not do that. But it is a society. Every person is working, and obviously it's the culture. So, but yes, it is our duty to understand like what is correct or what is not. It is our duty to understand from where we should start. Very amazingly answered. My third question and very important one is I have seen people like from the beginner people, they want to listen Hindi to English translation. There are so many YouTube channels that teaches an English language in Hindi format. They give sentence to sentence translation, and I have seen many short videos also where you could see the sentence, like how you can translate this Hindi sentence into English, and you can learn new sentences by this technique. How much it is helpful for a beginner?
Um, Translation is important, basic translations. But then, suppose I give you a concept right now. English is crazy. I'm telling you. It has every single tense of English grammar, every single concepts and patterns of English grammar. Pattern of the grammar has exceptions. Like they are crazy, right? Right? There are a lot of exceptions. Every single thing you go for, then they'll say, oh, this is the concept, but then you have exceptions over there, right? So first of all, be very clear. Try to learn the concept. Not like, for example, yeah, you are saying right. Even I have come across hundreds and thousands of videos on internet. Like learn these thousand sentences, you'll be English, you'll be native.
Yes, yes.
And I have never been able to wrap my head around these videos. I don't know why they are even wasting time of the people and individuals are also watching videos, and they are writing all those sentences on their notebooks.
Love
They are wasting their time. They are wasting their time in writing. I mean, our brain doesn't have capacity, Karishma, to write thousand sentences in one day and remember them. Right?
number them.
You
Yeah.
learn one concept. You learn what is the use of present indefinite tense in our life, and then keep correcting thousand sentences but with your real life scenarios, from your real life scenarios. You cannot cherry pick sentences from different YouTubers and videos and then you can go for translation. Like मैं जाता हूँ, I go, मैं खाता हूँ, I eat. But what if someone says that वो मुझे प्यार करता है या मैं उसे प्यार करती हूँ? But I don't know how to say this because I have never learned the translation from such YouTube videos. It's all about learning basic concepts. You learn the concepts and create your own sentences. Create. So I think translation is important, but not like this, like basic and advanced, and like मुझे ये दे दो, give me this. right? Fool tod lo, plug the floor, give me a glass of water. It doesn't help. It never helps. You learn the pattern, you create your own scenarios. For example, a doctor learns कि मैं यहाँ जाता हूँ, मैं ये खाता हूँ, मैं उससे बात करता हूँ, ये करता हूँ, something like that. That's the translation. They learn something like that. But a doctor has altogether different sets of vocabulary every single day to talk. So to a
Hmm.
doctor, you can never teach such translations. And if that doctor is wasting his time in such videos, it's just a big mistake he's making or she's making. So that's what I take. I believe in translation. I support basic fundamentals of English grammar or any language in the world, but I don't support such 1,000 sentences and 2,000 sentences, never. So yeah.
Yeah. See, like you, I also believe in translation because when I was learning English, my basics were not clear. I did not know vocabulary around me. Like, for example, if you would ask me earlier, like, what do we call turmeric, like haldi in English? I might not know. So for that reason, I used to watch translations only like limited to vocabulary. My main purpose was to learn vocabulary out of those sentences. While I'm learning kitchen vocabulary, I am able to know, okay, what do we call these items? If you know the name of those items, you can explain really well, like, okay, I'm cooking with this particular bowl, I'm doing this and that. So for that reason, I think translation is important. But yes, learning all these sentences Hindi to English, that's not at all a solution. You should not learn that. What I feel is that best thing is like you should learn one concept, as you said, that present continuous. You can learn one sentence, not learn exactly. You can understand one sentence. Like this is how we have to say it in this tense, and you can create own 10 sentences, and you have to practice it in your own way, and that is really helpful. And this is what I have done. Next is next question is what kind of content we should watch? As you said that if you're a beginner, you should not watch Shashi Tharoor, or like you should not go with the Netflix movies. What kind of content we should actually watch? Like being a beginner.
Okay, so before I move to the second this particular question answer, I want to add on one more thing in previous question. It's really important to know about the basic stuffs around you, right? Like basic objects and basic things. Like I must know that if I have these things, they are called curtains behind. Curtains behind. I must know at least this. Right? So this is really important to take the help of translation, right? So if I learn, it's really important to learn the word and translation in the context. Suppose I'm visiting a doctor today. I must know how to say that I have headache, I have stomach, and then I have my hands pain or maybe my eyes pain, something like that. I must have that translation things. So it's really important. And when you are learning 10 words related to your kitchen, like turmeric, salt, black pepper, and all these spices and bay leaf and all, try to create a recipe on your brain. Like
Yeah.
guys, I'm preparing a pulao today and I'm going to add turmeric in that, red chili in that, black pepper and some bay leaf and some of the strong spices, and it is the aroma of the particular thing is beautiful, the texture is quite, so you must also utilize those words. So that's the thing. And your question was that what should exactly beginner go for if they can't go for Shashi Tharoor and Netflix series, right?
Yeah.
I'll talk about Sudha Murthy ji. Amazing
Okay.
lady. She has done wonderful job for the kids specifically. Like she has written a lot of beautiful stories, right? You can go for that. You can like read a lot of Sudha Murthy ji's story. You can listen to Sudha Murthy ji. Oh my God, she's such an
Yes.
amazing and simple person when she speaks in English. So you can listen
Yes.
to her. Then you can listen to BK Shivani ji if you are a spiritual person. I have been listening to her for quite a few years now, and I really love the way she talks about positivity, introspections, self-analysis, realization, and whatnot. If you are a spiritual person, if you are a mother who wants to teach your kids something, there is a channel called Splendid Mom. Amazing
Okay.
lady. She teaches very basic techniques in English. She tells you how you can take care of your kids and something like that. If you are a person who loves reading books, right? You can go for Saheli Chatterjee. There is a girl. She is a bit advanced, but you can go back to the videos when she started creating 5 years back. Her English was very simple. That how to review a book, right? So find your interest, and go on YouTube. You'll get 100 influencers in the same interest, right? So suppose I am the one who is very interested in neurology. how brain functions or something like that. And if I cannot understand Dr. Joe Dispenza, he's a really great neurologist in the industry. If I cannot understand that, I'll go for Dr. Sid Warrior. Amazing
Okay.
person, very simple speaker, very understandable. I can understand whenever he speaks something. His pace is really low, it's slow, right? So this is what I can suggest to the people. So first, understand your interest, go on YouTube, listen to at least 10 to 20 influencers, and stick to the one who you really like. The person who speaks with perfect modulation and his speech is moderate, like not fast, not slow. So that's what I can go for. Yeah.
Great. Great answers. And personally, I watch videos of Sudha Murthy ma'am, BK Shivani ma'am. I really love to listen them because they're, especially Sudha Murthy ma'am, her English is very basic and very clear. So I love to listen her. And BK Shivani, I learn it because she is a spiritual person. So she use sometimes different kinds of words which help me to improve as a person, like in English. So this is why I'm watching them. Splendid Mom, I did not know. I'll quickly check it after this session. Because it's important. I have two children and it will somehow add some value. Okay, so my next question is, people say that listening and speaking both are important. We should go through with both. If we are only listening, it's not sufficient. You won't be able to speak. And if you're even only speaking, you are not able to improve as a learner. So I would like to know what kind, like how much is the ratio? How much listening is required and how much we should speak? Is there 50-50 ratio or something else? What's your opinion on that?
Okay. First of all, you must know what are you listening to. What
Okay.
I used to do when I initially started my journey, I used to pick one thing. Okay, like for example, I have been quite interested in multiple domains. Like I can hold conversations on technology, science, geography, politics, real politics, history. Like I have been a student of three, four subjects, and at the same time, I have after getting into it, I can hold conversation on finances. I can talk about rate of interest, how to invest, mutual funds, because I'm in love with investing my money and exactly organizing that money and like keeping an account. So I am interested in all these domains. When you are a beginner, choose one thing. It could be my favorite color. Okay, I'll go on internet. I'll listen to something about the color. If I don't have ideas, if my brain is not able to generate the ideas, I'll go and I'll listen to the people. How do they think about the particular color? Very basic example, but I'm just giving, right? So you can put anything, on the place of color. So I'll go and listen to people on the color, right? Then I'll go and read about the white color. How does it help? What is the calmness? How does it make me feel or something like that? And what is the importance? What are the significances of white color? So I listen to something and I read something in both way. And then I'll go for speaking about the same color. So my ratio will be this. 50% listening and 50% speaking. You can also include like 30% listening, 30% reading, and 40% speaking. But the topic should be same. It's not like that, oh my God, I'm researching on YouTube about neurology and I'm talking at the night, and at night I'm talking about finances. How does it even make sense? Right?
Yeah,
So that's how I try to sync every practice of mine. Like reading, listening, writing, and speaking should be synced on one topic. And that's how, like when you are a beginner, at least start with that. Later on you can listen to multiple videos. Like for example, there is an amazing channel called Sarthak Goswami. So he posts
okay.
a video, he posts in Hindi he posts a video, and where he gives you news of overall week, like what has happened in share market, what has happened in meme market, like like what kinds of meme have got viral and something like that. I love watching him. So what I do, like now I'm the one who has some bits and understanding from every aspects of life, like wheat science and technology, right? I listen to him, and then my brain is able to translate everything in English because I'm so quick now. So then I talk to people about such things in English. So this is how I do, because my brain is totally synced now. But when you want to sync your brain, you have to choose one thing, listen on the same thing, write on the same thing, read on the same thing, talk on the same thing. That's how you can
That's
go for. There is no ratio.
That's true. That's really amazing because people do not really have idea of this. What people do, they watch or listen the videos which they are personally interested in, but at the time of speaking, they choose some another topic or like anything they want to speak. So sometimes it didn't match and they feel hesitant because they have never gone through the topic which they are speaking. So it's really important for a person to go through the sources of knowledge or information. If you have that proper little bit of information about that particular thing, you will be able to speak or deliver something at least. So that's a great thing, I think. Yeah, we should do this. And last question is about grammar, as like how much grammar is important. Is it really important we should learn, or we should understand the basic concepts, or we should master it, or like without even grammar we can speak English? What's your opinion?
No, we cannot. Because I am the one who has built my foundation on grammar. I feel that grammar is your foundation. And then when you dream of being a native speaker or a speaker who can communicate in every situation, right? You must have that foundation if you want to build that building of being a native speaker, a fast speaker, or an advanced speaker, or an intermediate one. It's really important, but again, it's not something which is all in learning, right? It is important to build your basic. You can take back because everyone comes from different background. Like India is a really big diversified country. Someone comes from Gujarati medium, someone comes from Telugu, Malayali, like Kannada and whatnot. Like they have varieties of medium. You can take the help of grammar for few months to clarify your basic fundamentals from your language to English language, and after that you can just go ahead. Once your mind starts producing ideas in the language directly, you can drop the grammar then and there.
Okay,
That's
so
what
I
I
have
think.
a different opinion on this, because as you have said that we have a basic, knowledge of grammar. But I feel that we have already learning grammar since our childhood. Isn't it? In our school, we have read all the concepts of grammar, like what is tenses, what is active, everything we have learned. But still, when we try to speak, we couldn't speak, we couldn't deliver a single word. So now what is left for learning in terms of grammar? Like most of us, every person has this English subject, I feel. What do you want to say this on this?
I will, because I'm a big fan of grammar, to be honest. Even I have learned grammar throughout my journey, like even in my academics, and I used to be the one who used to score really good marks, especially in grammar. Like I used to score 80, 85, 90. I loved solving those technical exercises. But that grammar never helps me when I speak in English.
Okay.
There is a huge difference between academic grammar and the grammar you speak. I have learned a lot of concepts, but why was I not able to speak when I was the one who was really good at grammar, right? So it's okay to study your grammar throughout your schooling and like for years and since your childhood, fine. But can you just recall a moment where you tried to build a connection with grammar and in your real life? Like if I
No.
ask you right now what is present indefinite tense, you'll be like jata hai, khata hai, nahata hai, something that is present indefinite. But what if I condemn it and if I say no, it's not about present indefinite? Present indefinite is all about your day-to-day activities,
Right.
fact, universal fact, and present indefinite also can be used to talk about future action. How will you
Yeah.
justify it? How will you have a debate on it? Right. So even it's fine. You have been a lot of learners come to me, they say that I don't want to learn grammar because I have been learning grammar since childhood. But then I ask that how did you learn grammar? And they're like, if ta hai, ti hai, te hai, there is present indefinite. But what if I say कि मैं खाना खा सकती हूँ? Ta hai, but here I will say I can eat. Right. So it's very important to build the connection with the grammar and in your real life. So people who say that I have learned grammar throughout my schooling, they have never been able to build the connection with their real life, in their real life. So once they start building the connection, they'll be start utilizing all the concepts of grammar. That's what I believe.
So now I agree with your statement, but yes, one thing I would like to say, like we don't need to learn grammar. We need to learn the grammar which can help us to speak English. We have to interrelate both speaking and grammar. Then only we have to learn. We don't need to go to that old formats of learning English. It is we have to practically learn. Like while speaking, you have to learn grammar. That which, for example, I'm speaking a sentence with you, so I need to focus on like what kind of grammar, what kind of rule I'm using in this present time. So that grammar is different, and you have to learn in aspect of spoken English, not in the terms of like giving an exam or something like that. Okay, so that's all my
Yes.
questions are. And if you have anything to ask, you can ask me.
Yeah, sure. So, like, I'll say one more thing that see what happens that a lot of people start, even I, being a trainer and being in the particular industry for 3.5 years, still I am the one who makes mistake. And I don't have any shame of saying it. A lot of people are very grammar nazi. They say, oh my god, this particular technique, even they find the mistake when you say passionate and passionate, like I'm very passionate and I'm passionate, something like that. They'll start finding mistakes in that, which is fine. So I'll say that you don't have to get scared that I don't have good command over the language, right? You don't have to clear an exam. You just have to speak survival English at least for some time. And once you build your confidence, you can get into technicality because grammar is like an ocean. The more you get in, the more deeper it gets. So you
Yes.
cannot get in that. A lot of people are like this. I'm telling you. And even they keep, countering me that, ma'am, this is not right. This is not right. I'm like, if my conversation and the words I'm saying to you, if you are able to understand them clearly, that means I'm fine. I will learn. I will go for deep down things. I'll learn the technical concepts because I'm planning to take few tests to upgrade my career in the same industry. But at least for now, when I'm teaching to beginners and they are babies for me, I don't think so. I have to be really, very, very technical with them. I have to be very realistic. I have to build the connection with their real life. So that's how I take this. But yeah, so I'll ask you one thing, as you have asked me, right? So how do you manage things, everything? I mean, I'm quite surprised. I'm very, I think I'm very young, and at the same time, I don't have such huge responsibilities, at least over my head, to take your kids and family. And then you are a lawyer as well. I know I have gone through few of your videos, and I think I have been following you for. I mean, I remember when you talked about the recent phase of your first baby. So since then, I have been following you. So how do you manage things?
Yeah, it's not, it is difficult. I would not say that it's very easy, but it's all my passion that I keep going. I have, as you see that from last few days, I'm trying to connect with you, but I'm not getting time. So this is how I'm managing. I utilize the time when my child, like children, they are sleeping. Most of the time I take sessions on that time, and that is the only reason I was not able to commit you prior time. You would understand this thing in future when you got married. Okay, so yeah, one thing I would like to suggest you, you can say that if you want to do anything in your life, just do it now. After marriage, it's very difficult to achieve your goals, and people are there to criticize you. They will say that you're making lame excuses, that you don't want to do it. You are just making excuses of kids, your family, your household chores. But reality, only a woman know. So I think every person who is in 20s or 25, you should 100% you should be focused on your career dedicatedly. You have a lot of time now after marriage, and especially having kids, you won't get that time back. So yeah, that is what I
Hmm.
want to say.
No, I really understand because one of my cousins, she is in Canada and she's managing a baby, and the baby is like only 9 months old, at least for now. So I understand that how she, like she exactly tackles everything, and she's very strong. So yeah, so I understand that, but I'll definitely take your advice.
Yeah, thank
Thank
you
you
so
so
much. I
much.
love this session. And seriously, I get all my answers truly and in a very fantastic way. And I hope this video will surely be helpful for all the beginners out there. Thank you so much for being here on my channel.
Most welcome. Thank you so much. All the best.
Okay, bye bye.
Bye.